All right, let's just come on through, and I can only imagine with the giant space sickle, we're just gonna go ahead and cut all of the plants, because this is just what one does on your typical day. Oh, that was over 100. Okay, hold up here. I might need to double check just how I happen to be doing everything, because if I can get like 100 coins just from having a little patch of flowers and a little patch of grass, I have no problem with that. I love the flowers. I love having all sorts of things that I can plant. So if I plant these poppies, and then especially on a beautiful rainy day like this, where the rain is going to do the work for me to actually water my plants, let me see if I can come through. And the only question that here on this alien planet, as we once again go through the demo of Critter Garden, taking on the role of taking care of a whole bunch of, the responsibilities of running an entire ecosystem and really hoping that little maple mush here doesn't die of who knows what before I can get to them. I have to kind of, just appreciate the fact that if this is how, oh my gosh, if this is how one needs to make money, gardening. Oh no, what a travesty. Like, however will I survive gardening? Oh my gosh, this is actually, look at how fast that's growing. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to a rainy night, it seems, here in our little critter garden, where I'm going ahead. Ooh, and I got an award for growing a bunch of poppies. Hold up here. Is that like a thing? The number of flowers I grow, I even get a little cute award for? I'm so grateful for that because I love being able to have cute little like achievements and awards and things to research. I'm just such a sucker for all of that. Also, I wonder, now that we have 2 research points, we need 3 research points to upgrade our compost some more. I do wonder about being able to potentially maybe this is the time where independent funding, the indie funding of being able to get more money would be useful, or maybe the hydrator, now that I'm really starting to understand how useful it is to go ahead and garden, but honestly, making sure that our little critters are taken care of. I'm going to spend my research point on that because I really want to try to not have them eat each other as often. Yes, now that I actually give it a little bit of thought, that's probably the most responsible option that we could have chosen from. But hello everyone, as I said, welcome back. Today, I am hoping to go ahead and actually use those fancy pantsy coins to get ourselves a compost bin, but it looks like I can only get it when we are at level 14. Lemon, is that level 4? It's been so long since I've had to think about like Roman numerics that I have to kind of like squint and give that a little bit of thought. But what else can we put into our research analyzer? Because I think the research analyzer, we need to get more types of surfaces, I think, in order to unlock the swamp. Because we have a couple new things we can plant. Again, I'm always a little curious, wondering like, oh, but when are we going to be running into the edges of not being able to plant anything more or do anything more, since this is a demo. I keep trying to remind myself that over and over again. Maybe we can get an award for growing some more water lilies. And I can't grow any of my bulrush yet. And I also can't grow any of my turnips. So, momento, what saith you? I'm happy to give you some hints if you don't know what to do. Well, those dead trees in the north look... Oh! Hold up here! I thought that I was just being threatened with the axe for having to use it on my little slimes, so I was really holding off on that. But you're telling me a little choppy bronze axe here, I don't have to use... My slimes are safe! At least for now. Yay! Achievement unlocked, explore. Oh, how I love exploring things. Wait, there aren't many trees around the forest. Let's get to changing that. Yes! Yes, I want to change that. How can I? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah. Uh, and then hang on, because I remember I was supposed to get like an. Was I supposed to like knock this bridge down? Wait a second here. Hold up. Hold up. All right. I think we're working with the trees at the moment. Also, I wish I could figure out how can I get like a little Roomba that picks up poop, which is a question that my beloved husband Chips and I ask ourselves a lot about our guinea pigs. Is there a way to like automate this process of like cleaning up after them, because they are I literally just cleaned a little bit ago and I'm glancing down and there's already little piggy pellets everywhere. And you know what? Before we got guinea pigs, I really thought that people who talked about that all the time were really weird. I was like, why do, guinea pig people always talk about their guinea pig poop piles? I get it now, but I also feel super validated and okay with talking about that after having visited with our guinea pig's wonderful vet. She was so fantastic. And she said that guinea pigs should always be kind of like little Pez dispensers. And just like rabbits, because guinea pigs have a very complex microbiome in their gut system, which as somebody with Crohn's, I can really appreciate that. They really do need to like reprocess some of their food sometimes. So they will eat their own poop. So I feel a little bit less bad about allowing a few pellets to wait at least the 20 minutes in between trying to clean up after the guinea pigs. It's just a never-ending cycle. But there you go. I guess we are collecting composty poop. Oh, and we were trying to look for love for our ladybugs. I remember now. Ooh. All right, now what do you say? So we did chop the trees down. And then I wonder, can I chop this tree down then? Or is that, okay, those trees might be too tough. What's this? There's your first ship part. The pressure from the waterfall created a moat too deep to fill with your shovel. I wonder if there's a critter that could help you out. Perhaps a buck-toothed critter that likes to build dams? Say no more! I love beavers! Okay, so there's that, and then here's like the Moderanto. There's like some buildings. You know what this looks like? This kind of looks like the sewers in Stardew Valley, doesn't it? Like the little sewer system. So now I have this headcanon that there's just like the AI brain of Krobus's people inside of our little Maranto friend, which means I'm gonna do my absolute darn bestest to go ahead and try to take care of him. Is that, what's that? Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that's so weird over here too. It's all, see, I feel like we should be a little concerned with dealing with really weird, oh, is this just immediately like swamp? Oh, that's so cool. I guess it had to be the geology of the land underneath the system rather than just being able to like pick up a chunk of land and say, you are now swamp. I really want to get some trees growing. That would bring like tears to my eyes if I could get some trees down, because that would be, well, up. I would like to get the trees going up, not down, but you know what I mean. Let's see. And so now I have turnips. Still can't grow on that surface, but what if I use the hoe on, can't grow in the swamp biome, but what about the bulrush? Still can't grow on this surface, but what about bulrush? Is this swamp water now? Does this count as swamp? Asking for a friend. It does! It does, but I didn't have enough poop to grow it. Oh, well, one can only find themselves twiddling their thumbs, collecting up little pellets yet again. And I think if we give everybody little pats on the heads, I think the time has come to just keep going on breeding our little animals. My poor little ladybugs don't even have, what do they eat? Poppies. And I mean, they would like to breed, but they can't because now we have finally differentiated away from the asexual and kind of like, I've got both sides, hermaphroditic sort of creatures like worms and slugs and things and snails. And now we're into ladybugs, which do have that distinct sex chromosome separation. And I need to make love for our ladybugs, I think. Whilst we wait on being able to collect enough poo that I can go ahead and I can have the joy. What is this? A turnip? Can't grow on the surface. I wonder what kind of surface it needs to grow on then. I wonder, like, I need to be able to do more research, which is just my favorite thing to be able to say out loud because I love doing research. All right. Where was my ladybug? This is why the evolutionary tree is useful. Ladybug was from the isopods. Isopods were from snails. Snails, there's Earth Cube. Here's fungi. What do you guys think about a couple more brown mushrooms over here? And then I also think they might be tired. And I also think they're kind of surrounded by a lot of tall grass, which I guess is useful if I want to just feed some of the non-mission critical slimes some grass so that they're kind of in the mood to make more slimes at some point. I think they're going to be only in that mood in the morning though. Oh wait, never mind. Oh dear. Well, they were, and then there's no baby. And yes! Oh my gosh, wood fences and gates. I could cry. And there's okay, now we just need to get a couple poppies. A couple poppies for this little snail. And then we're gonna have isopod, right? So here's it's a female, yes! And it needs to have a slime residue. And then will I have ladybug love? We have ladybug love achieved! Except for the fact now they need to eat snails. Wait. No. They need to eat poppies. Oh, thank goodness. In order to go ahead and propagate. Or in order to go ahead and reproduce. Oh my gosh, propagate? Well, I guess I have plants on the brain. All right. Oh, so delightfully fun. It's just amazing how quickly you can really grow attached to basically all of your little... Okay, it is amazing how quickly you can grow attached to all of the creatures that inhabit this planet. I'm not going to say that maybe being attached to them always is a feels good man sort of feeling when they're constantly eating each other, but I have begun to kind of rise above feeling super responsible. I don't think I can take an axe to my slime's head. That's so sad. But I do feel a lot more comfortable with being able to be like, oh no, if they have gone ahead and they have been the ones that have gone out of their way to nom one another, I feel less guilty about it. All right, let's go ahead and get this tall grass out of the way. I do want to see, let's see. So I think we're at level 7 now. So we're still not close enough to try out that compost thing. However, I want to be careful not to get rid of too much of our poo piles. Let's see what we can do. We've got our ladybugs now. I don't know how long it'll take before they decide to like hang out with one another and make baby ladybugs. And then I'll get a couple more poppies planted over here just to have a little of that nice diversity. And then do I need to water? The mushrooms are really nice because you don't need to water them. And then here's our male ladybugs. They still have not been given a name, but I'll give them a couple poppies just to kind of be ready in case he wakes up and he's like, oh, hey, I too would, oh wow, you were really hungry. Wait, is that a different ladybug? Oh yeah, this ladybug's fine. The other ladybug's getting a little hungry. Little ladybug friend, you're like headed off into the wild yonder. And I don't think it doesn't look happy over here for you, friend. let me get down a little log. And then I think I'll put in some poppies just to make sure we have something. And then some of the tall grass, let that spread on its own. I really love how the grasses will just kind of spread on their own if you let them. And then I think I kind of want to get like a little lily pond over here. Oh, I heard the sound of happy. Yay! The ladybugs had babies. I missed it, but it happened. Oh, look, there's the baby ladybug. It's a scuttling. And it's also a female. Oh, and they can eat thorn bugs, flies, and milkweed in order to have some variants. Oh, that's such a relief to know that we'll be able to have more in the future. Let's see. And then I think we can get an award for breeding ladybugs at some point too, which would be nice. Did I already research the water lily? I hadn't researched the water lily? Heck. And now we have the bulrushes. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to think about, like, wait a second, there are a whole bunch of different things that we can go ahead and create. And it is fun. Kind of a la Viva Pinata memories, like I've mentioned before, to think about how, oh, if I take this one and I feed it this food, then I can breed this type of creature. And now we have even more little ladybugs. Excellent. Now that we have 2 females, 2 males, I feel more comfortable with the idea of, so we'd need 3 poop in the garden and 1 snail eaten in order to go ahead and possibly, or leeks and slime have the mutations for the ladybug, but we can have variants for the ladybugs, which is interesting to think about. And then I'm trying to think if we want, I think 2 daisies, which I haven't been planting a lot of, so I need to get planting those more too. Also, I hear the poop arriving, as odd as that sounds. I do hear it arriving for many of our, that's not moss cubed, is it? No, I think we're good. Our creatures. Now we have a worm, and then if I feed it 2 mushrooms. This is not how evolution works in real life, by the way, or else life would be a lot more exciting. But I guess you could just imagine that all of the food here happens to be imbued with whatever qualities one might find with, say, like a rare candy. And also, can you have too many snails? Because all of a sudden I'm realizing if I need to get the snail shell to feed the ladybug for a variant, Who's having more babies? Ah, my puppies. Not my puppies. My puppies aren't having babies. And actually now the tall grass is spreading so fast. I'm a little worried. Wait, and now, so this little worm, they had babies on their own. Oh, this is giving me like such throwbacks to the Equinox adventures. And now I'm really wondering, like, wait. Okay, so I need to give okay, can't grow on this surface. What do you mean? With my mushrooms? Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Oh, look how different the little rhizomes of the mushrooms, the little root systems, I mean, that they have, which really oh, not rhizomes, it's the mycelium of the root system of mushrooms. I adore how trying to trot out my basic Bio 101 knowledge has just been so engaging, just trying to keep up with it all. Oh, little mush friend, how do I keep you alive? Do you need to eat that? Okay, good. Trying to remember all the phrases, all the terms, and keep up with it all has been so much fun just in the little sneak peeks. But look, see how the mushrooms have started to grow like that? The root systems of mushrooms are actually the largest thing that you see, or the largest part of the organism of the mushroom. And the fruiting body that we see of what we consider the mushroom is just the fruiting body, where then it's going to like send its spores out into the world. Spore is such a cute name actually for the way that life can spread. And ferns have spores. We've also got the mushroom spores. It just hit me, like I never thought to pause and ask myself, why did Will Wright choose the name Spore for his adventures in the realm of Spore? Because now that I'm thinking about it, it's such a suiting and fitting name. And yet, why that one? I wonder if that's ever been like recorded anywhere. Wait, what's this? They died! They died! Oh no! I turned my back on my little poppies and they didn't make it. I forgot about that you need to water them. Maybe I should put some research points into actually watering these things. Oh, and I love, yay, we got an award for the brown mushrooms. So I think the more you grow, then yes, you do get awarded more. Let's see, I want to be very careful with the bulrushes. You're able to do more research and you get awarded more research. Have I researched the mushrooms? Yes, which means I can feed it to a random friend. And then the worm, actually, these guys, I think, there we go. Oh, interesting. So I do have to like make the food loose and available for the slimes to eat the grass. But I think the worms went ahead and they just straight up ate the little daisies. Okay, so we're kind of getting to the bottom of how some of these bits and bobs work in certain areas. And now I think I finally have enough money that I can safely snag ourselves. Well, I'm only at level 7. Ah, see what I mean? I wanted the compost bin because, wait, a lure rod? Some critters like carrots. Some critters dislike carrots. All critters like this carrot. Oh my gosh. We can keep them alive! I can lure a little critter to follow me. Wait. Hey. Hey. What do you think? What? Doo-doo. Come on. Maybe do you have to be like right in front of it? Hello? Oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe you can't lure ladybugs because there's... I don't know how much is going on up there in the ladybug, like, district of the brains. But I don't want to downplay it. My beloved husband Chips is always telling me that I'm a little harsh and saying there's not a lot going on up there on a lot of different creatures. But it's not I mean, we love birds and like rodents, you know what I mean? So it's not supposed to be a pejorative. It's just, if you don't need it, why have it? Why? The brain is one of the most energy intensive resources we possibly could ever have as biological creatures. So I'm not, you know, being rude. I'm just saying that it doesn't surprise me if a ladybug only has enough executive function to be useful to itself. But my beloved husband Chips would be like, you're being a little judgmental again. And to be fair, I need to think more about what you call the umwelt of the lived experience, the umwelt, the world view, how a creature would see the world from its perspective, from its point of view, without our human connotation of like judging it from the point of view of how we as humans would experience life as, say, a cat. Instead of thinking about it with our human senses, one of the big challenges is to try to think about it from the perspective of what would the entire concept of the world be different like for a cat and for a dog. The way we often talk about how when you walk a dog, they love to smell things. They love to really put their nose down, and they're getting an entirely different perspective of the world than we do because they're reading like the bulletin from all the other dogs or any of the other creatures that have gone by. I really need to read Ed Young's book because it goes into the world of like what it would be like from different animals' perspectives to be that animal. And then I can actually talk about these things with all of you a little bit more cohesively. But I'm also just really excited to have a whole bunch of like grass to go ahead and harvest. But all right, for a little demo experience, we're still carrying on having a grand old time, and I want to see what we can get done next. We've got some slime pieces floating around. We apparently have a carrot on a stick. We've got some bulrushes that we're growing, and I'm kind of starting to eye up, like, what else can I do? What else can we go ahead and what else can we snag? Like better watering can? Like I want to be able to discover beach. I want to discover a beach. I want to discover the mountains. I want to be able to just like straight up level up and our ladybug. I want to see how we can continue to evolve our different creatures. Even though I'm remembering, if I want to evolve the ladybug, I need the snail shell. And if I want the snail shell, and nobody is gonna volunteer to make that happen for me, responsibility is a heavy thing. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.